Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp as we once again have a look at some of the games coming out for the Switch in this upcoming week. In terms of dates, we'll be going from the 7th of May up until the 13th to give you all a heads up of what's on its way and see if there's anything worth your time. As we always do, we'll first have a look at a couple of games that released without being in one of these videos first before moving on to the week at hand. So what's coming out for the Switch this week? Well, let's find out. Let's first look at a couple of games that are already out then, and the first one is called Best Month Ever. This story-driven adventure sees you on a road trip through 1960s USA as Louise tries to do the best by her son Mitch. You'll find clues as to why Louise's life is as it is today and must make choices which will impact the upbringing of Mitch in 3 areas, being righteousness, confidence and relations. There are 9 different endings to find, determined by the choices you make. I remember seeing this game at the most recent EGX event in London some months back, and it definitely caught my attention. I do like these narrative heavy games, provided of course that the story they tell is a good one. This sells for £17.99 or your regional equivalent. And the other game we'll look at that is already out is Dandy and Randy. This is a top-down adventure game starring 2 archaeologists who are not very good at their job. Being heavily in debt though, they go in search of a precious stone said to reside on a mysterious island. You'll be solving puzzles in search of treasure and can play in either single or local co-op, and there are also hidden levels to attempt to find. It costs £6.99, although there is 20% off of this price up until the 19th of May. Let's move on to the games coming out this week, and first we have Eiyuden Chronicle Rising. This is an adventure game which the blurb describes as starting as a simple treasure hunt before turning into a dark conspiracy. It goes on to say that you'll be adventuring through ancient ruins in a quest to rebuild a town from the ashes, and plot points here lead into another game, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, a game I must confess I've never played. It will cost £12.99 and it releases on the 10th of May. Next we have the Centennial Case, a Shijima story. This comes from Square Enix and is a live action mystery adventure surrounding the theme of eternal life. After a number of inexplicable deaths in the Shijima family over the last century, a mystery novelist visits the Shijimas only to find herself taking on 4 murder cases. You'll have to collect clues and use your powers of deduction and logic to solve the mysteries, so it says here, and I am a big fan of these types of games. We already have a couple of Sherlock Holmes games and a couple of Poirot games on the Switch for that matter, and I'll be keeping my eye on this one, although the current price of £39.99 does seem a bit steep for me. We'll see how it fares when it releases on the 12th. Then we have Flippin Kaktus, a 2D action platformer with an 80s vibe. It's a combat focused action game where you can choose to go on a rampage, fighting enemies left, right and centre, or you can do things quietly by dodging bullets, equipping different armour and setting traps to get rid of your enemies. It promises a unique soundtrack fused with mariachi, rock and synthwave, and has a pixel art style. It reminds me in premise and style at least of Broforce, although it does sound as if it has a few of its own mechanics up its sleeve. It will cost £10.99 or your regional equivalent, and it also comes out on the 12th. Also this week we have NIS Classics Volume 2, with this iteration containing 2 games, being Makai Kingdom Reclaimed and Rebound and ZHP Unlosing Ranger vs Dark Death Evil Man. Oh dear. As far as I can see, Makai Kingdom first released on the PlayStation 2 and then the PSP and Windows, and is a tactical RPG and spin-off from the Disgaea series. ZHP on the other hand first released on the PSP in 2010 and is also a tactical RPG which follows an everyman character who inherits the superhero title Absolute Victory Unlosing Ranger after the previous holder of the title is killed. As far as I can see, both games were received fairly well back in the day, and it further increases the number of games from developer Nippon Ichi available on the Switch, a number that is definitely steadily growing. Then we have Seven Pirates H, which is an RPG which I believe first released on the PlayStation Vita a few years back. You'll need to command your all-female cast of characters against a number of enemies in turn-based combat as you explore the islands and surrounding waters looking for treasure. Now, I know very little of this game, but I do know it's very heavy on the fan service, and the Switch version has been available in Japan for a few months now. Next we have Attentat 1942. This describes itself as an historically accurate adventure based on World War II, told through the eyes of survivors and written by professional historians. It says that you'll be facing moral dilemmas and existential struggles as you uncover the troubled past of your family during the Second World War. Gameplay wise, it seems to be a mix of storytelling and puzzle sections, and it will cost £12.59. Then there's Dungeons of Dreadlock, a puzzle adventure game where you must save your little brother. The blurb says that the game looks to capture the spirit of 1980s home computer adventure games, with you battling your way through 100 handcrafted levels as you relive memories of classic dungeon crawlers in the ancient depths of Dreadlock Mountain. It's going to cost you £8.99 or your regional equivalent.
Your order is to wait here, but your sorrows start to overwhelm you.
The penultimate game for the week is Rogue Lords, a dark fantasy roguelite where you play as the devil. You'll play run after run collecting artifacts to regain power, and you can set up a team which includes classic literary characters such as Dracula and the Headless Horseman. You need to build their skill sets to create synergies and take down your enemies, and you can unlock new abilities, collect souls, and you must make the right choices in order to slay the powers of good. It has an interesting hand-drawn art style, no trailer on the eShop though, which is a shame, and it's published by Echelon, who have a huge library of games on the Switch so far. It's going to cost £26.99.
I defile, I corrupt, I pervert.
And finally for the week we have Hyper Echelon, a shoot 'em up which takes inspiration from arcade classics, whilst according to the blurb, also bringing its own take on frantic yet tactical shooting. There is a story mode which takes place over 10 distinct worlds, and as well as surviving each level, you must also earn medals by completing certain objectives, such as destroying all enemies and finding collectibles. You can bring a wingman with you which makes you a bigger target but grants you extra firepower, and this wingman can be controlled by a second player locally. It will cost £10.99 or your regional equivalent, and it is out on the 13th. So there you have it, another week of Nintendo Switch releases. Is there anything there that interests you? Do let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget, if you do need eShop credit, you can purchase eShop cards via our website, switchup.gg. If you do get your eShop cards this way, it does help the channel out, so anyone that has done so, thank you very much, it's much appreciated. A quick thank you to our Patreons as always for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. We've just surpassed 250,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-blowing, so thank you to each and every one of you. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.